Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
This stuff. Well, you read it. Anyway, hey, welcome back to another episode of On the Back Cash All Stars.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bam.
whoa, copy.
Hey, he turned heel. Did you all see that?
We did.
Oh, man. Sad day.
It was coming.
Yeah, we knew it.
It was coming. But anyway, how's everybody doing?
Busy time, man.
Yeah, man.
Will, are you good? Somebody
It ain't storming no more.
Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, we are. I don't know. It's been doing something here forever. Last week was spring, so I don't know what's the problem.
That sound about right.
The week before that, it was
Teasing us.
4 inches of snow.
Mm-hmm.
In floods.
Floods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
floods.
Our snow did exactly what I tell people it always does. It here for a couple of days and gone by the afternoon, and then it rained for like 4 weeks straight. Like,
Yes. All I know is that next Sunday, I am very excited. Or, yeah, at 2 a.m. is when we get daylight savings back.
That early?
no,
I cannot wait.
no one cares up here.
Well,
We only literally get 4 hours of nighttime. Not even playing. It is terrible.
hey, when I went to Norway, that's about what they get, and I loved it. I was like sitting out on the back porch, and it was like,
Now when you try to
night.
sleep,
Oh, they got some
People
heavy
got-
duty curtains over there, though. Like it was like
it's
I don't know.
people blacking out windows and putting blankets over windows.
I'm just excited to be past 6 o'clock here and actually have sunlight. That's what I'm ready for.
It's a thing. I didn't think it was that early. I thought it didn't come until like April. Huh. Neat.
No, the sun's already coming up around like 5:40. It's peaking itself by 6, and it's full bright by 6:30.
Yeah, that always freaks me out the first week it happens here because I'll look out because that's like my gauge of when I need to get up. So if I look out and it's like sun, I'm like, oh my god, and then it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, but yeah, all right. So there's your meteorology minute for the segment. So if you haven't been with us with this particular series, DCI All Stars, what we're doing is we are going to run through each decade and watch the champion from each of the decades, and we're going to rank those champions to see like who we think is had the best show of that particular decade. So we are starting this with the 90s. We've already watched four of the champions. We are watching them in sequential order, so from 90 all the way up until 99. And we will watch the ties too. So the groups that the years that they were tied, we'll watch both groups, and then we'll rank them. And then you can disagree with us in the comments. Even though we haven't had a whole lot of disagreement, I'm sure it's coming.
I was like, it's been easy. I won't say easy, but like it hasn't been like having to use our brain power yet. We haven't had split hairs or anything, but I feel the next couple ones we got, it's going to be, especially 95.
The two cadet shows right now we have second and third. People kind of said we should have flip flopped them, and I can see that. I'm not going to say they're wrong. I can completely see that. It was cool too because I think we had somebody in March in one of those groups. So yeah, that's kind of cool. But yeah, so today we're going to watch the 1994 Blue Devils. They took a few years off from winning it, and it was like, all right, it's our turn again. So
I'll let y'all play around a little bit.
So is this one of their 37?
Be hospitable.
Yeah, one of their 37,000 titles that they've won. in DCI, even though DCI has only been around for 70-something years. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this. Like always, we will count down the video. If you would like to watch the video without us talking over it or giving any feedback, you can click the link below. That'll also give the person who posted the video some love as well. But if you want to watch along with us, I'll do a countdown and we'll go from there. So, everybody's ears and eyes loaded?
Sure.
Hope so.
Right.
All right. Well, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play. This is Blue Devils 1994.
Easy out there.
Nice sprawling. Open this.
Boy, not the high knees on the command.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Love some chicory.
Mm-hmm. Even back then, that pit played notes. Good lord.
Woo.
It's ears.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, gee.
Mm-hmm.
The show just started, y'all.
Nope, I don't care.
Smack Super C's in the first.
Come on now.
Form control is out of insane right now.
Oh. Packed.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what I thought I heard? Okay.
Okay.
This thing we know a color guard member's going to scream.
That's part of the audition process. Every COVID player has to have one because they're all going to get one throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
I swear. Ooh.
This is why I love Latin shows so much, and I would still do one today if I could. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. This is some of the first, like, dare I say, indoor type drills that I'm seeing outside.
So you all know better than me, so
Maybe. I mean, everybody remembers that role.
Yeah. Okay, basis. Timbery. Get that out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like
Just
that.
go stop.
Yeah, I was like, just that ending right there. Just that's an odd transition. I feel like I was watching a high school that didn't have their show finished, and
Yeah, they can't do that no more.
Mm-hmm.
Put the name of the tune on the screens.
That'd be changing every 10
I
seconds.
said, you just
Every
need to stick it
10
at the
seconds,
bottom.
like, just leave the whole list
they
up.
wouldn't even get time to get through all blue coats.
No.
With the perfect S.
It literally was. I was sitting here just looking at it. I'm like, hope all you fall.
Dude, that field is seen some better days. Good lord.
And then just a random streamer in the middle of it.
Oh,
I don't know if I would have agreed.
All right now. Yeah.
In August?
That's what I'm talking about.
I was like,
Feel that heat? Shut up, Zach. Bro, like literally everyone gets a solo.
Still one.
dude, the control on that. That was nasty. In a good way.
Mm.
That whole form,
Yeah,
How you gonna float it and not a single person?
like somebody just dragged it.
The slow motion. Get out.
That's that's
Okay, dynamic control and expression and range in 3 seconds.
I'm just saying, like, what could have been if like trombones were allowed during the Latin show era? You know what I mean? Like,
mm.
That could have opened the set. They're doing that backwards, by the way.
yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
Very interesting way to end that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything is normal.
No,
I'll say this. I know it ain't the current years or anything like that, but I guess that's for anybody that says BD don't do drill.
All right. How we feeling?
I'm trying to put my personal taste aside of
Yes.
outside of.
I'll start out because someone's got to start it. It's not one to me. I can possibly see it beating both cadets, but maybe not. Like, I'm between 2 and 3 right now, as far as placement in my mind. I felt like the show started a little too slow for me, but then they brought it home, and then they didn't at the end. You know what I mean? Like, it was like they had a little bit of stuff in there. But I'm sitting 2 or 3 right now with them, in my mind.
I would agree with that.
I'm leaning towards 2 just because I know what 1 did. I think Star allowed BD to do this show. And where you get with BD, and you will see this from just years and years of watching BD, is they make things look simple that are really hard.
Yes.
And because of that,
We just pointed half the show out.
yeah.
Because how you float a whole form and not a single person get? Ain't nobody doing that right now.
So I think because of that, some of their shows don't seem as hard, or like they used to get the comment that they don't march. I think that's where a lot of that stem comes, because they just the amount of excellence that they do makes things look easy. You know, like the things that are BD's strengths are come from a lot of times style.
Mm-hmm.
You know, playing with the correct, rhythmic interpretation and then the correct idiom for whatever it is that they're playing. And a lot of people don't do that because it is hard to get that clean, and they do that really, really, really well. And then, I mentioned the form control of all of those sets and moving. Like, yeah, while it doesn't look difficult, anybody can tell if a fundamental block is somebody's out of line. That's basically what these forms are when they're just dragging them across the field. It's like everybody's got to look the same. So not only are their step styles are the same, but their step style, everybody's marching the same way to make it look like that. Because if somebody was marching weird, they still
kick them out.
I'll say that's one thing that if you've watched a lot of Blue Devils, and like you've already said, a lot of people, crap on them for saying it's too easy, but like you talk about a core that consistently, like spacing wise, like visually, like spacing, like on the field, like you think about traditional marching, they're the best at it, I think, like of all time.
Like they're yeah.
I mean, like there's no one that can do it like them ever.
Because you're looking at a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff we pointed out that was super easy. Well, not super easy. I mean, that we pointed out that was just kind of insane. And I'm looking at one that says the entire color guard is at 45 at a huge block, and they're running a snake through it, and the guard doesn't even miss a spot.
Mm-hmm.
How you do work while they are doing their work at the 45 in a huge block, and the guard doesn't even move out of the spots while they're weaving a snake through. I said that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like little stuff like that. Like,
so I know for me, while it is my personal favorite, I'd put it second.
That's where I'm leaning to. I think 2 is a good spot for this. So, Will, how do you feel?
Yeah, the excellence got it for me. That's why I was looking at. I think there's a lot of elements that are making it better for me than the 93 Cadets. Even if I might like the 93 Cadet show better in general. But at the same time, I'm not knocking this 94 BD because it's kind of insane.
Yeah. And it kind of, we talked about some of those, I think we talked about what the one or maybe both of the Cadet show where it was so hard. And I know we did with the cabbies, but it was so hard that there were some spots where it just wasn't clean.
Yeah.
But
they got recognition for that
Mm-hmm.
with this from us because I thought that 93.
I mean, that's really it's like what's your preference almost, right? Like, do you enjoy the Latin with the forward control, or do you just like the chaos with the velocity? You know, I mean, that's what. I mean, that's why cadets have always been like it's the hard velocity, tons of movement. They're going to mess up a lot, and hopefully they can refine that down. But then Buddhas are always going to be consistent, and always going to be able to, what you're going to do every time.
But yeah, it's like what Seth said. Here's the thing. I'm trying to. I guess I can compare this with cadets in Boston. The point I'm making is like they're doing these hard things and they're making it look so easy because of their excellence in execution. And it's the same old tale that we've been trying to tell folks for years about Boston and cadets. Cadets percussion been playing hard book for decades, for a long time. So all this new stuff Boston was doing wasn't really new to us, but they've been doing that. So it's one of those you really gotta look, man. You gotta look. If it's easy, look at what it was and see why it was easy, and then you might be like, oh wow, that's actually super hard, and they just made it look like it was nothing. Because the funny thing is, I do this to myself. You don't have to if you don't want, but I always ask myself, can I do it? Because you got a lot of people who will say this and say, hey, man, this is easy. They don't do this and they don't do it. I was like, can you? Because I don't. There's a lot of times people really don't think. And here's the thing. I hate when people say that because I'm the one that will come back and be like, look, you got 5 minutes to figure it out. You don't get a full half a season like they did. You get because if it's that easy, you can do it on spot, right? Because you're not going to get the same amount of time that they had to get it together. No, so it's one of those things. It's like, man,
I've heard you say that actually.
See,
yeah.
But I'm not gonna say that they don't do easy stuff because let's be real.
No, everybody does. You can't.
Yeah, everybody's does. There's gonna be something where it's like,
the entire show.
Yeah, you ain't. But yeah, go back if you want. Go back and watch that '94 show, and then now look at it in a different way and see some of the stuff that we were pointing out. Man, that's tough. I'm not gonna forget that floating set that just didn't move like it was
all
on the
way
computer.
back. Yeah,
you just what's the drill writing program?
Power.
It's like Power doing it itself. I'm like, how? And to get it on finals night, to get it when it matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, a separate shot of this. It ain't liquor in this. I know I sound like I'm drunk. It's a separate. This is water. Water. And I'm tired. Look, I can't sleep. I ain't been sleep. Cedric knows. But shout out to all the people who have paved the way for us to watch finals in a dome. Because there ain't no way I'm sitting outside at finals in this fog at night. Y'all the true goats, man.
Not the fog.
I'm sitting here this whole time because it looks sold out.
Yeah, and they're like shoulder to shoulder.
That ain't fog. That's all the sweat and humidity coming off of people in the stands.
I'm just a stank cloud over
finals was outside, y'all.
Well, what year were we watching where it was in Texas? What year? It was one of these years that we were watching. Maybe with the cadets. One of the cadets.
It may have been 90 cadets
in Texas in August. Like, what are you thinking? Like,
ain't no way.
No,
ain't no way.
And here I am thinking, do I need to take my jacket into Lucas Oil this year?
Right. We went and bought jackets because it was cold.
Yeah.
And I put on my Scouts hoodie that I just bought.
Right.
Like, thank y'all for paving the way for us.
Yes.
Love you and appreciate you.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Zach, what were your thoughts? You kind of said something, but you didn't really get to.
No, I think 2 is a good. I put 2 or 3. Part of me kind of likes 93 cadets better because I like the run and gun aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking about overall excellence, it had some dirty points to it because of the difficulty and the amount of things that was going on simultaneously. But I'm not saying that BD is easier. It's a different kind of challenging, like you said, with form control and execution, things like that. Whereas the 93 cadet show is hard because they're just doing so much. I'm fine with 2 or 3, honestly. Like,
I mean, we talk
about personal preference cadets for me because I liked the energy behind it. But you're not going to get that out of the type of show that the Blue Devils just did. Like, There wasn't a whole lot of run and gun opportunity, I think.
Because I had him at 3, and that's what got BD 2-2 was just execution.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like, Blue Devils does this much that well, right? Cadets 93, they're doing this much, but they're doing this much that well. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ceiling is always higher for those shows, but the attainability, like for BD to be able to, like we were talking about, executing the show at the high level, like there's not going to be a lot of mistakes with them.
Yeah, I think for any top 3 in any year, especially here the past decade or so, it's who's gonna be the closest to completing their circle. Because I mean we've noticed to beat Blue Devils in this era, in the era that we're in now, you're gonna have to basically put on the best performance of your life.
Or you are changing the activity in some way.
Yeah.
Like you put we talk about that. Like, how many times do we remember BD shows that win versus how do we remember the shows that beat BD? Like, it has to be a statement type show every time. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's the standard of excellence that BD has, is that, it's going to be kind of similar, but they're always going to be consistent. They're always going to be there.
Now we're seeing the same thing in the indoor world. Me and Will talk about this a lot with Pulse and Chino Hills. It's like, this is the type of show that wins. Can somebody beat it doing something that's not this? Because you're not going to beat those groups at their game.
You're not going to outgame them in the game that they have mastered.
Yeah, that's how you get beat by 20 points.
Yeah. So, and groups are starting to force their own path. I mean, what can Blue Coats do now?
That's the crazy thing about it. It's almost like when Usher came out with Confessions. Everybody was like, "How he gonna beat this album?"
I mean,
because he never has.
Nope.
But it's not saying that albums after haven't been great.
Yeah.
But it's like, because think about it. After, what was it, Down Side Up, right?
Yeah.
After that, look how long it took him to do it again.
Yeah.
And it ain't like the shows afterwards weren't good. But
Jagged
I mean, as Jagged Line had spots.
Yes,
I wouldn't say that it was an overall masterpiece, whatever, but it had spots in it that I will formally listen to on purpose.
I think they blocked themselves in with that stage.
They did. And that's tough because it's a focal point and you have to use it no matter what. Yeah. But still, you go through this many years and this many shows to finally get the right one again when BD's doing stuff consistently.
I mean,
that's tough, man.
I mean, what was the last time Crown won?
When they did the show where they had the bench out.
13.
Remember? That's it?
Yeah, that's the only one they've won.
That's the only one they've gotten.
Yep.
Should have won. Never mind. I'm gonna get mad. And it's too late to get upset about it.
I'm gonna let you finish. It's been 10 years, but Inferno should have won.
Inferno. I knew it was Inferno. Inferno was the jam, bro.
But you remember, but we talked about it. We remember what Blue Devils did that year.
Yeah, I wish.
That's true too.
That's true too. Anytime we're like, man, this group should have won.
I can never hear the two words "I wish" together anymore because of that bullshit.
Listen, Dad. Literally.
And that little girl that jumped out of that book at the end, she probably got 10 gold medals with him by now because she's been with him for that long.
How'd they get the waiver?
Except for last year.
That's what I want to know.
But anyways.
I mean, just like 08, BD winning all year, and then Phantom and Spartacus. Like, you remember those shows that it took something special. You know, the winning BD years that we don't remember, they didn't really have any comp.
Yeah.
It was a foregone conclusion that they were going to win. So, That's kind of what it is. And somebody mentioned something. I think it was you kind of mentioned like it doesn't mean we don't like it. Like this ranking is just a ranking. Like it's anytime you rank anything, we talk about this all the time when it comes to like state testing. Sorry to mention that, Chris, but
yeah.
but somebody's got to be last. Anytime you rank something,
yep,
somebody's got to be last. And so that's the thing about us doing this championship series. Is like just because we have them 12 doesn't mean we don't like it.
Someone's got to be the floor, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah.
So it's gonna get. It's only gonna get harder. It's only because I know we're starting to get to where I started watching drum corps. So
like this next one, the 95.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be an hour and a half long episode, guys. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, watching it in this type of way where we have to like compare it it's going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
It's I know I'm watching shows a little bit differently than I would if I was just rewatching them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, I could see BD anywhere in the top 3. I could see how some people could have it above Star. For now, I just have to put that 2.
Bro, it didn't make no sense what Star did.
No.
No.
That was 10 years ahead of its time, man.
That part. That's what I was about to say. If that had been done 5 years later, I think I would see it differently.
Yeah.
But because it was done when it was done, it's a super special show. It's a super special show. But yeah, this is about to get fun. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Like I said, as we start to add more, people are going to have some opinions about it, which is good. It's good to have healthy discussion about this stuff. Because you can. I mean, art is, really not meant to be competitive, but, if it is, it's also subjective. So, like, different viewpoints, a lot of different stuff. So let us know in the comments below. What do you think your top 5 is right now? The way you see it compared to what we're doing. And all that good stuff. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're in the middle of indoor season right now, so if you want some indoor world stuff, you can check out the playlist for the Perk Talks.
Will and said doing God's work over there.
It's a good season, man.
Only because they doing God's work.
Yeah,
they pumping these joints out, boy, and these groups is not playing.
It's a good season so far. I just watched the Indianapolis Regional and lots of really cool stuff from a lot of cool people. So yeah, in the guard world, I need to get on some of that stuff too.
Just stay away. You're gonna start crying, boy. They is scratching and clawing, boy.
Is this the year of tears?
Out of Cincinnati, can I tell you?
Oh, I have seen clips of that show. And
yeah.
Can I tell you?
We'll save it for
that show. That show is fire, bro.
So yeah, so we got lots of stuff coming up. So you can see get a lot of different angles and a lot of different stuff. So make sure you checking us out. Tell a friend or two. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna do this. I'll tell two of my kids. So shout out to
F's for everybody.
Shout out to Leanne and Jeff. They told me to shout them out on the next one that we did.
Oh, no. Jeff doesn't get a shout out.
Oh, wait a minute.
What is going on?
No,
oh, my gosh.
No.
Immediate aggression. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff knows why.
Jeff did to Zach, but.
Jeff knows.
That's funny. Well, I tried.
Like, you know what you did.
Yeah, I got some students. We got some students that watch the cast.
I'll be waiting for that nice email from Jeff.
That's a trip. Yeah. Anyway, I got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Back drinking this circle. All right.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Yep. Anyway, so from Chris, Will, and Zach, my name is Sid. This has been another episode of DCI All Stars. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody. We out here.
Man.